Thank you very much. It's really a pleasure for us to be at Rice Lake this afternoon as the last school that we're singing at on our tour today. We opened the program today with Break Forth into Joy, and we'd like to continue with a piece of music called Tallis Canon. This is a piece of music written over 400 years ago by Thomas Tallis. And he wrote this at the time when harmony in music was just starting to be written. And so the piece is in the style of a canon. Today we would call that a round as well. And you know that in a round, one group starts, then another group comes in later with the very same song. So this particular song today we're going to sing 3 times. The first time in unison, the second time in 2 parts, and then the third time that we do it, we're actually going to sing it in 4 parts. Here it is, the Tallis Canon. The next piece of music that we're going to perform for you is not entirely in English. It has some words that are in Hebrew. The words in Hebrew are Shalom, Chaverim, and they mean peace to you. The name of this piece is Shalom. Thank you. We would very much like to do a spiritual for you now called That's What the Devil Said. These boys and girls in the select chorus have lots of different talents, and today we'd like an opportunity here for you to show off some of those other talents that these people have. Over the last couple weeks, they auditioned for some spots as a solo entertainer during our tour. And in each of the schools that we've gone to, we've had 3 different entertainers perform. But today, you're going to be able to see all of them. So we're going to feature all 6 acts at some time or another. The very first one that's going to come forward is somebody who's probably well known to you. This is Krista Lindquist. She happens to be a 6th grader at this very school. And Krista's going to perform a piano solo called Candle on the Water. The next young man that's going to come up to the microphone is Steve Lombardo, and Steve is a sixth grader at Edinburgh School. He's going to sing a piece called Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho.
Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls come a-tumbling down. You may talk about your king of Gideon, and you may talk about your men of Saul, but there's none like good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. That morning, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls come a-tumbling down. Right up to the walls of Jericho, he marched with spear in hand. Go blow that ram horn, Joshua cried, 'cause the battle lamb in my hand. And then the lamb ram sheep horns began to blow, and the trumpet began to sound. Joshua commanded the children to shout, and the walls come a-tumbling down. Hallelujah! Joshua get the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls come a-tumbling down. Oh, glory, oh, Lord.
We have another person who would like to come up here and perform for you. This is Kathy Lawman. Kathy's a sixth grader at Zanewood School, and she's going to play a violin solo called Concerto in A minor. This is by Vivaldi. We're going to continue along with the chorus performing now a piece of music that's actually a medley of folk songs, some of which you probably have sung before. I'm sure at least you've heard them all before. The piece is called They Built America, and the songs will tell you a part of this, and the narrators who come forward will also speak a little bit about all the things that it took to build America.
The spinner bent over her wheel,
The harvester swinging his scythe.
the sailor tugging at rugged anchor lines.
All these and more carved a nation from the wilderness.
From each man, woman, and child at work rose a special song, many songs that helped to lift the spirit and lighten the task ahead.
The Ballad of John Henry is one of those songs. It provided a sturdy rhythm for the men at work on the new railroad. You can almost see them and hear them as they sang and pounded the heavy spikes into the sun-baked soil.
Syncopated rhythms in much of our music today came from the early minstrel music of an enslaved people.
These minstrel songs paved the way for coming ragtime and jazz. Because of the catchy rhythms, Old Dan Tucker became a favorite piece to sing during times of hard work.
The tune has been arranged in hundreds of ways, slow and moody, light and fast, and even as a hoedown.
Foot-stomping, knee-clapping, spirit-building folk songs, like John Henry and Old Dan Tucker, there's many beautiful lyric tunes such as Shenandoah.
Sailors wound heavy ropes around the barrels of the capstan to hoist the anchor as they sang the strong rhythmic lines to this piece.
The genuine feeling and simple beauty in their shanty can speak for all Americans as they lend a hand in the making of a great country.
We'd like to sing a piece for you called All Over the World.
Lately I've been thinking about the things I see, how this troubled world is not the way that it should be, but we can make a difference, you know it's not too late, we can make
There's a lady in here that's very important to us. She comes to every one of our rehearsals and plays for us in all of our concerts. And we'd like at this time to especially acknowledge our accompanist, Mrs. Julie Bright over here. She's a music teacher at Crestview. The next piece we're going to sing for you is a piece called Shake Hands with America. You people are being an absolutely wonderful audience. I can't believe how quiet and attentive you are. But I bet you're getting to the point where you would love to stand up and stretch. Can you do that for 30 seconds? Stand up and stretch. – 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Thank you. We're going to continue right along with a piano duet. The people who are going to be playing for you now are also no strangers to you. This is Meredith Frye and Erica Letourneau, both of whom are sixth graders right here at Rice Lake. They're going to play Hungarian Dance number 5. You're in for another treat. Jeremy Segale, a sixth grader from Rice Lake, is going to play a violin solo called Concerto in D minor by Vivaldi. Jeremy has been playing violin for 7 years. We have a young lady who's waiting in the wings over there to present you with a song and dance. The song and dance is called Charleston Flappers and Razz-a-ma-tazz, and the young lady is Maren Matthews, who is a 4th grader at Orchard Lane.
Oh, take me back to the days of Razz-a-ma-tazz, bootlegging and sin, speakeasies and white lapels, rum runners and gin, and you can tell the piano player to play some Dixieland jazz, or maybe a ragtime tune. I wanna go, I gotta go back to Charleston, flappers and Razz-a-ma-tazz. Take megaphone and tell everybody gather round and hear a little ragtime ditty. It's an old red Rudy Valley tune. A rodeo-do-ho on a gramophone and wireless radio. The tunes that generation jumping. Now we're living in nostalgic memories. Take me back to the days of Bonnie and Clyde and rumble-seat cars. Jack Dempsey and Al Capone and mafia wars, and you can tell the piano player to play some Dixieland jazz, or maybe a ragtime tune. I wanna go, I gotta go back to Charleston, flappers and Razz-a-ma-tazz. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Woo!
We're going to sing a piece of music for you today that's very old. It's old enough that your parents have probably sung it, your teachers have all sung it, maybe even your grandparents have sung it. You've probably heard it before too. It's a piece called Side by Side, but we're going to present it in just a little different way with some dancers and another little surprise for you. Perhaps you're wondering which of the boys and girls that are singing in the select chorus are the boys and girls who go to Rice Lake. When they're all wearing the same thing, it's really difficult to pick them up. So I'm going to ask those boys and girls just to raise their hand for a minute, and you can see right where they're located. Thank you. I know you're really proud of those boys and girls because they really are contributing a lot to this organization. There are 100 boys and girls altogether in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade who are members of the Select Chorus. They're from all 18 schools in the school district, and Rice Lake is one of those schools. In the spring of the year, boys and girls in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade who really love to sing and have really good voices audition for their music teacher. And if you're a person who loves to sing and you're in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, you might want to audition for your music teacher. And if your music teacher says that you have the kind of voice quality that it takes, then you will fill out an audition form, and next fall I'll be around to Rice Lake and I will audition you for that also. So if you are selected then, you would come to Park Center High School and rehearse on Tuesdays after school from 4 until 5:15 in the choir room at that school. All of these boys and girls' parents are kind enough to provide transportation to and from the rehearsals and many times to and from the concerts as well. So the parents get awfully involved and very busy with it too. These boys and girls love to sing. So if you're a person who is in that kind of a category and you think you'd fit into this group, you better talk to your music teacher about that this spring, because that's when that all happens, if you're in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. We have a piece we're going to do for you now. And we've tried this a couple times. They're perfectly capable of doing this all by themselves. So I'm going to step out of the way and let you enjoy their choreography on this spiritual called Can't Sit Down.
Just listen! What's that music in the air? It seems to be coming from everywhere.
Our wonderful soloists for that were Mandy Miller and Jessica Meyer. Would you give them a nice round of applause, too? We always finish our concerts with a piece that's been traditional, and we would like to end our concert for you today with Let There Be Peace on Earth.
With God
Would you like to hear one more song? Okay. We happen to know one more. This is what we call our silly song. This is a song about a man from Okerboker. There's no such place. And he was the thinnest man in the world. And if you listen carefully to the words, we'll tell you just how thin he was. Thank you very much. You really have been a wonderful audience, and we have enjoyed participating. We've enjoyed singing for you today. A good concert like this is a two-way street. You need entertainment, but you also need an audience of listeners to make it happen. You've been very attentive, and I think you should applaud yourself for being such a fine audience. Thank you very much. We'd like to come back and sing for you again, and we'll do that in about 3 years.